Well, discussions of the 25th Amendment and even impeachment continue on Capitol Hill in the wake of Wednesday's riots. But our Michael Martin spoke to a legal expert who says it's unlikely there's enough time to carry out either option before the president's term is up.
With just under 2 weeks left in President Trump's term, the possibility of impeachment or invoking the 25th Amendment is quite unlikely. But if they are successful in passing those articles of impeachment through both the House and Senate, at that point, the Senate could bar him from ever running for president again.
In our American history, we've never seen anything quite like this. But at the end of the day, again, it's going to be extraordinarily difficult for anything substantive to happen.
Constitutional law professor Devin Schindler speaking with Fox 17 Friday about the potential ramifications President Trump could face after pro-Trump protests turned violent on Capitol Hill.
These people are not going to take it any longer.
Lawmakers are blaming the president's speech at his Save America rally earlier in the day for inciting the assault.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol, and we're going to cheer on our brave senators and congressmen and women, and we're probably not going to be cheering so much for some of them.
Shortly after his speech, rioters began smashing out windows at the Capitol, breaching the building's security.
Because you'll never take back our country with weakness. You have to show strength, and you have to be strong.
Now, there are questions about whether the president is fit to finish out his term. Schindler says there are a few options. The first,
impeachment, and there's already been some discussion on that actually occurring. The challenge is it's hard to impeach a president in 12 days.
While the process of getting articles of impeachment through both the House and Senate can take time, Schindler says they may attempt it for one reason.
Although the rules here are not entirely clear, the Senate can choose as part of the punishment to say this particular individual can never run for office again. The second option is to invoke the 25th Amendment. The 25th Amendment allows the cabinet and the vice president, the cabinet by a majority vote, to declare the president unable to discharge the duties of his office.
But again, there is a thorough process required here that is unlikely to happen in under 2 weeks' time. The New York Attorney General's office announced this week they would launch an investigation into the president's actions leading up to the riot, but Schindler says,
let's not forget that the president has First Amendment rights also. And the law of the First Amendment basically stands for the proposition that unless the speech of the president is intended to incite imminent lawless conduct and likely to incite imminent lawless conduct, his speech, like yours or mine, is protected by the First Amendment.
He says many prosecutors would have a difficult time proving that was the president's intention. Whatever ends up transpiring, he feels our democracy has once again demonstrated its resiliency.
The take-home point for me, though, is how strong our Constitution is and how strong our commitment to our Constitution remains. The Constitution puts in guardrails to prevent despotism. Those guardrails worked. I hope folks will focus on the silver lining of this horrific event, which is the states ran elections and ran them perhaps not perfectly, but in a fashion that reflected the will of the people.
Of course, it remains to be seen what, if anything, lawmakers will do with the situation. Whatever it is, they have just under 2 weeks to make it happen. For now, in Grand Rapids, Michael Martin, Fox 17 News.
All right.